Welcome to this week's video for Experiment Monday. My name is Miss Michelle and I'm an instructor for Science from Scientists from Minnesota. I'm also a forensic scientist and today we'll be exploring our fingertips. Have you ever wondered how can a fingerprint unlock a smartphone or even solve a crime? Have you ever heard that no two fingerprints are alike? Well, it's true. Fingerprints are completely unique, meaning there's no two fingerprints that are exactly alike. Why don't you take a moment to pause the video and come up with a prediction on why? How can fingerprints be completely unique? Have you come up with your prediction? Great! So, fingerprints are unique because there are two ways fingerprints are formed. The first is your DNA, or your genetic material, helps form your fingerprints. Second, when a baby is growing inside its mother's womb, the position of the baby and all of the fluids that are moving around the baby when the fingers are being formed help solidify the shape of all of the fingerprints. And so no baby is going to get the same set of genetic instructions and have that same environment inside their mother's womb. So no two fingerprints will be alike. Now, let's dig into what fingerprints look like. You may have looked at your own fingers and see that fingerprints are kind of made up of a bunch of little lines. There's actually three main patterns of fingerprints. The three fingerprint patterns are an arch. That's where the lines from your fingerprints come in on one side, go up, and then the line goes out the other side of the fingertip. The second is a loop. That's where your fingerprint line comes in on one side, goes up and around, and then goes back out the same side. It could be the right side or the left side of your fingertip, as long as that fingerprint line is coming in and out of the same side. And finally, there's a whorl. A whorl is when the fingerprint line is actually making small circles or ovals in the center of the fingerprint. Now it's time for you to explore what kind of fingerprint patterns you have. What you're going to need for this experiment is a pencil, some clear tape, and two pieces of blank paper. One of these pieces of paper is going to become a worksheet. You're going to need to make 10 large rectangles, one for each finger. Here's an example of how your worksheet should look. Pause the video and take some time to make your worksheet. The second thing to do to prepare for this activity is to make 10 pieces of tape. You're going to make them about an inch long, like this, about this long. Once you've cut 10 pieces of tape, line them up on the edge of your table or desk so they're ready to use when you are. Okay, so we have all of our supplies here, and the first thing we're going to do with your blank piece of paper and your pencil, make a really dark spot. Next, take one of your fingertips and rub it all over this dark spot. Keep in mind that your fingerprint pattern is in the middle of your fingertip, so make sure you're getting the pencil markings from the tip of your finger to that first crease. Next, take a piece of tape and put it on your fingertip the long way. Push the tape down really tight. Peel the tape off, and you'll notice a lot of the pencil markings came off on your tape. Find the corresponding finger on your worksheet and put the tape down. You're going to repeat this process for all 10 fingers and redarken your dark spot with your pencil before each finger. Once you complete all 10 fingers, this is how your worksheet should look. Now take a moment to see if you can identify any arches, loops, or whorls. Here's the pictures again to help you along. Now you might be wondering, if there's only 3 main patterns of fingerprints, how can each fingerprint with everyone in the whole world be unique? Well, if you look at those lines, there's different shapes of them. Some of them might be thick or thin or big spaces in between the lines. Maybe even some are tilted to the side. All of these characteristics make a fingerprint unique, and they can be used to help identify who that fingerprint belongs to. This is a fun activity to do with anyone in your household. You can all compare which shapes and which patterns you all might have. If you want to do more fingerprint experiments, check out part 2 of my fingerprint lesson. We'll talk a little bit about how fingerprints are used to solve crimes. I hope you enjoyed the activity for today. As always, check out more science lessons and activities on the Science from Scientists website or YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.